Hi kindergarten students and parents. I'm here to show you how to use the alphabet learning kit that I sent home. So there's a ton of different materials and I just wanted to do up this quick little video to show you how to use those materials. Now when we do our one-on-one Zoom lessons, these are the materials that we'll be using, but if you want to practice them outside of that time, which I do recommend because this stuff should be practiced every day, it gives you ideas of how you can be using them. So I'll start off with, you need a cookie sheet. So this is a cookie sheet from the dollar store. You can use any cookie sheet. The reason why we use the cookie sheet is because it's magnet and we are going to be using magnetic letters for a lot of them. So that's kind of the one material that's not in your kit that is recommended to have. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do them. So the first little set you have is this. So it's the magnetic letter match. So they're all different ones. So there's uppercase, there's lowercase that are in order, and then there's upper and lowercase that are in a different order. Okay, so if you're going with levels of comfort, you might want to start with the ones that go in order, and then as your child gets more comfortable, you can go with the one that's out of order. Okay, so what you do is you put it on your cookie sheet, and then you would have your magnetic letters, and you can have them out in a little basket or whatever, and then you find the letter, and then you're going to match it on there. So it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward, and you can have them say the letter too. So B, B, and then find the B, and then trace the letter. Because the reason why we're doing these activities is because we need a little bit of work with the alphabet, right? So we want to work on the recognition, we want to work on this, the shape of the letters, and we want to work on naming the letters, okay? So those are the important skills that we're trying to build here. So S, S, match it up, and remember to trace it. G, G, match it up, and remember to trace it, okay? So that's how you do the magnetic letter match. So uppercase, lowercase, mix it up, that sort of thing. The great thing about this one is it's something they can kind of do without you. You might need to help them with the naming of the letters, but as they get more comfortable with it, it's something that they can kind of do quickly. And that shouldn't take too long, maybe about 5 minutes or so for that particular activity. Okay, and then the next thing with the magnetic letters are these purple sheets that you got. So there is a little bit of an instruction page of how you can use them there, but so ways to sort the names. So the importance of sorting the letters is to draw their attention to the visual features of the letter. And then they can discriminate. So letters in their name, letters not in their name. So you would lay all of the letters out. And you can start with just a few letters and then add more letters in as they get better at it. So I'm just gonna make up a name. So I'm gonna make up the name, I'm gonna use the name Sam. So letters are my name, so S is in the name, V is not. And you would have these off of here, sorry about that. Okay, F is not, D is not, C is not, so letters and non-letters. I don't have all my proper letters out here for this. Okay, so letters in your name, and then as they're putting the letters in their name, they can build it over there too. So just a really quick way of sorting. The sorting should be fast and fluent. It should be a quick kind of activity. So you can do that, and then there's different ways you can do it. So you can go on the letter features, so the small, tall, and hanging letters. You can go with letters that have straight lines, curvy lines, and straight and curvy lines, drawing their attention to the visual features of the letters as well. So that's how you use those purple ones. Pretty straightforward. Okay, so those two are the kind of the cookie sheet activities. And then I have these pages here. So they look like they're to be colored on, but actually, so that you can do them more than once, I would like you to slide them into this sheet protector that you got. So you can take the page out that's in there, slide them in, and then you have your dry erase marker. So this is the letter A. So what they would do, so A, alligator. So always saying the letter, saying the sound, just for that repetition, because that's what they need. And then they would go around and color in all of the letter A. So you can say, okay, now go and color all of the uppercase A's. Okay, and then they would do that, and then you might say, go color all of the lowercase a's, and then so then they would get their lowercase a's. So just like that. And because this is a wipe off board, then you can reuse it. And I don't have my eraser, I'll just use my shirt, but you can reuse them all over again. So I encourage you not to write on the sheets, to use it on the sheet protector, because that will help this resource be able to be used more than once, okay? And they're double-sided, and you have all of the letters of the alphabet for that one. Okay, and then the next one that we have are the alphabet mats. Okay, so these ones, so I'm gonna do a different letter this time. And you can pick a letter. Now you wouldn't do every letter every time. You might just pick like 2 or 3 letters to do a time, and same for this last one that I just did. Maybe just pick 2 letters a day to work on, or the letters that they need a little bit more practice with. Okay, so these ones are just letter mats, so you can practice the tracing. So B, B, and then you can trace it with your finger. Remember, when you're writing the letter, always start at the top, and you can use the language little line, frog jump to the top, curve, and a curve. That's kind of the words that we use at school. And then these mats are good because they have words that go with them. So boots, baby, button. And then another little activity you can do with this is covering it up. So I have pennies here, but you can use anything. You can use pieces of macaroni, you can use pieces of Lego, whatever you want. And then this is a good kind of fine motor skill, but then they're also working with the letter. And again, this is one that they can kind of do on their own with little adult support. So that's what you do for that one. Okay. And then this is kind of just a little additional one. So it's just a coloring book, really. So they're coloring the uppercase and the lowercase letter, and it tells you what color to do them. So color all of the uppercase in red and color all of the lowercase in blue, and then it'll be a hidden letter. So when you color that, the letter will pop through once you have them colored the appropriate color, and then it helps them with the visual discrimination of the letter as well. So that just goes all the way through the alphabet. I'd recommend that maybe you do one of these pages a day, not just on our Zoom days, but you can do one a day, because that will take you to the end of, that should take you till the end of June. Okay, so our next one is, okay, so our next one is the letter book. So in their letter book, it's just upper and lowercase letters. And if you look on the blue pieces of paper, it just gives ideas of ways that you can do that. So maybe you want to paint them, maybe you want to dot them, maybe you want them to color, maybe a Q-tip with dots or paints. Maybe you want to have stickers and have them put stickers on them. There's lots of different ways to use that resource too. Okay, now the other game this is a really fun game, is alphabet and number kaboom. Okay, so these are the number ones and these are the alphabet ones. So how you play kaboom is really easy. So you would do it with more than one person. I'm just gonna show you just me playing, but you would have a partner to play this with. So you pull the letter out, you say the letter C, K, and the lowercase is on the other side. And then you get to keep it if you know the letter. Or maybe you want to do just the sounds or just the letters, whatever level your child is at. A, ah, A, ah. Okay, and then I got a kaboom. So when you get a kaboom, then you take all of your sticks and you put them back in, okay? What's this letter? I don't really know that letter. So if you don't know the letter, you put it back in. So if you know the letter, that's a V, V, then you get to keep it. But if you get a kaboom, you put them back in. And if you don't know them, you put them back in too. So it's kind of a really easy way to practice. And then I have the same thing for, you were given the same thing for numbers. So you would say that's 6 dots, or the number 6, and if I knew that, then I would get to keep it. If I didn't know it, I would put it back in, and then if I got a kaboom card, you would put all of them back in, and then you just kind of play as long as you'd like. So that's how to use our alphabet boot camp resource kit. If you have received a resource kit, it means that you do need to have some work with letter recognition. And so there's lots of really fun ways to do that. And it's something that you can practice. I mean, school only goes till June, but if you want to practice it throughout the summer, it's kind of an easy way to do it too. Also, I find if you're finding it too much for you to do all the work with them, what some families are doing are they're having family members do these games with them through FaceTime or through Zoom or whatever it is. They kind of just guide them through it, kind of like I'd be doing with a Zoom lesson, but it's just a way to sort of ease a little bit of it from you. So thanks for taking the time to watch this. Thanks for taking the time to support your child's learning at home. It really means a lot. Take care. Bye.